Hey, what's up? Welcome back to How to Draw Manga with Setsaled. I'm Setsaled. Let's draw some manga. This time we're gonna draw some mouths. Alright, we got the same thing going on. Front view, side view, and three-quarter view. Let's draw these mouths. Alright, on the left I have a semi-realistic mouth that we're gonna be using as an example here. And then the anime version of that mouth. As you can see, the lips are not connected, and you don't even see the top lip, usually, unless somebody's wearing lipstick in anime. Lip. That is also a mouth with a lip. That's just turned down a little bit more. You want to add a little bit more detail? Instead of just doing a line, try going up, down, up, down. That implies the Cupid's bow, which is that little dimple thingy that's above your lips, in between your nose and your lips. That's why the shape ends up looking like that. So we add a little bit extra thickness to the lines in the corners of the mouth to imply that there's some depth there. We indent the mouth a little bit right here to imply that there is a Cupid's bow. We add the bottom lip to give it some more detail. And that's how you draw a kind of realistic anime mouth. Now, you can separate the lines by having the indent, tapering it down. It didn't really taper very well there. There we go. Tapering just means that it's getting smaller as it goes on. And then tapering it back up into that indent. Now, the reason why anime does this, where they disconnect the lines and they leave a gap there, is because it makes it look softer, and lips are very soft. Now, this Cupid's bow, this implied line of up, down, that little M shape, is the reason why I have this indent going on in your open mouth. Now, that's a medium open mouth. The very small open mouth is just kind of a circle. It's a little bit heavier and bigger on the bottom than it is on the top, just because you have... that's how your mouth opens. Same thing with a very small open mouth. It's just a little bit wider than it is on the bottom than it is on the top. With a growling face, you would see the teeth, which is what these two lines imply, is the teeth gritting together. It's a very anime thing to do, rather than drawing all the teeth, which just is a lot. But once again, we have that indent because of the Cupid's bow, and we have an indent on the bottom lip as well, which implies that the mouth is stretching. That's why the outside is bigger than the inside of the mouth, because we're making that face where you're stretching your mouth, you're gritting your teeth, and you're barring your teeth, so you see more teeth, and as a result, because you're still closing your mouth, the inside of the mouth is smaller looking. Same shape for a very open, angry mouth. It's just bigger and more open. We see the bottom of the teeth here, but the lip is covering up the teeth. I also draw the bottom lip upwards a little bit because it's stretching to accommodate what the mouth is doing. You see the top layer of the teeth here. This is a very detailed mouth with all the teeth drawn and the tonsils and the uvula and the tongue and everything in there. You don't have to draw that much stuff. If you're drawing Attack on Titan and somebody's getting eaten, I mean, you're gonna draw all that stuff, but you don't have to draw it normally. It's like, that would be kind of like a molar tooth. They're very square. And then for the canines, they're very sharp and pointy. And then for the regular flat, grinding, cutting teeth, they would be very, almost rectangular, flat. And this is an example of someone biting their lip. You just draw some little lines to show the puff of the lip coming out, and you show the teeth right here with that little tooth line that implies the teeth are gritting together on one side. With the mouth closed while making noise, you can downturn these little corners of the mouth right here. We still have that Cupid's bow indent right there, but it's more smoothed out because the mouth is closed and kind of stretching it to make a noise. If a character is distressed, you can always do the squiggly line mouth. Squiggles. Squiggles! That works. You know, that's kind of a comedic way to do that. A smirk or a pouting mouth is like just an upturned little mouth with the lip kind of puffing out a little bit more than normal. That's almost at a 3/4 view, but it would kind of be the same for both views. Little happy mouth, easy, just an upturned mouth. You can even add the corners of the mouth to make it a little bit more realistic. Watch out with your Cupid's bow, because if you do it too much, you'll be a nyan nyan kitty meow mew face. So, look out. And then happy mouth, got that Cupid's bow indent, we got the big open stretched out parts of the mouth, we got a big open bottom part of the mouth, we're showing the tongue. We know they're really happy because they're opening their mouth so much that you can see the top layer of the teeth. If you want it even more open, you can do the same thing that we did with the angry mouth and show the bottom layer of the teeth. The more teeth you show, the more open the mouth seems and the more extreme the expression is. Speaking of teeth, I know a lot of you are going to look at this and be like, ugh, gross. Or a lot of you are going to look at that and be like, yay, it's awesome. Either way, it's not that your opinion doesn't matter, it's just that your opinion is irrelevant right now, because I'm going to show you both, so just calm down, okay? This is kind of the CalArts style, which is like what they call the Steven Universe, Gravity Falls, American cartoon style. I'm gonna say something really controversial here. Arguably, this is also kind of how Totoro's mouth looks. So you could also argue that it's also an anime mouth style. It's okay. Don't die. I know I just compared Totoro to Steven Universe, and that's like, someone's gonna come to my door and kill me today. But let's talk about it for a second. But the mouth is so wide that the teeth that are showing are just like taking up the whole mouth and kind of curving, like bowing outwards. Imagine if this mouth is flat and the teeth are just kind of like this, but because it's anime and we simplify everything, we only show this much of the teeth gritting. If that's flat, imagine this like an orange slice. It implies that it's just so happy that it's bowing outward. And then the rounded corners of the mouth. This one has more pointed corners of the mouth, and that's kind of more of an anime style. And then this is more of a like cartoony, happy style. Both are valid. Do whatever you want. I don't care. I use both. Depends on the character and depends on the expression. So, whatever. Another thing that you encounter with the CalArts style or the American cartoon style is how they draw lips. So they have a technique where you can draw characters that actually have bigger lips. And that's just drawing this upturned curve above the lip to imply, or above the mouth to imply the upper lip. So that's like how Steven Universe does Amethyst's lips, because she's implied to have more puffy lips and full, nice lips and everything. So that's how they draw hers, and I think Garnet too. They just draw that upper lip to imply that it's like this a little bit, just a little bit like that, but not that extreme, because that looks silly. That looks like fish lips. But those are the lines that are connected, and they are simplifying it by only drawing a little bit of the line. That's the name of the game with lips, is to imply something with less of a line. Alright, looking at the side view, we have our realistic lip right here. Looks like fish lips. Yeah, it does. And then we have our simplified lips right there. Then we have our even more simplified right here without this indent to the corners of the mouth. Then we have our gritted teeth here. This is our little fang that we have, which sometimes implies the shape of the teeth that are there. That's up to you if you want to have that. That's just something that I've noticed in anime. They have like a little tiny fang, just to give it some variety. And to draw the lips, you just go... You can just do it as kind of two triangles of outwards, inwards, outwards, inwards. And then for the open mouth, this line right here and this shading is the cheek of the other side of the mouth. In a realistic view, it would be right about there. And then that's the outer cheek. So that's what that line is supposed to be, is the cheek. So you want to shade in your mouth. You don't just always want it to be like, oh, and there's the tongue, and there's the teeth. You can have it be completely open like that, but I favor it that way so that there is some shading. So that there is an implied cheek to the other side of the mouth, so it's not just like an open hole. And then this is what the side of the teeth... This is just... Basically, this is the realistic version, and then it gets transformed into this to be simplified, so you don't have to draw all of the teeth. You can still add the little bump to the tongue if you want to, but that is how that goes if you are showing that much of the mouth and you're showing the teeth. 3/4 view is, once again, pretty much the same thing as the front view. You just see less of this side if we are turned in that direction. So, simplified mouth, super simplified mouth, gritted teeth. The way to draw a mouth from any angle is to just line it up with your horizontal guideline. That's why that guideline's so important, and I'm going to make another tutorial to go over those guidelines again, because I use them so much. But horizontal guideline, same angle that the mouth is at. Even if it's up or down, it's on that angle, and you can make it parallel with that line. Same thing over here. Horizontal guideline, mouth is parallel to it. Even if it's upside down and it's a frown, just flip it. But here's the difference. Straight ahead, boom. To the side, boom. It's angled differently, if that makes sense. So, oop, oop. Right, and then the same thing with turning upwards. We have our line going up like that, and we have our mouth going up in the same way. And to place the mouth on the face, which I should have done first, but whatever, let's go. To place the mouth on the face, you remember how the nose goes. Alright, let's go over everything. Eyes on the horizontal line. Boop. Okay? Nose centered at the vertical line, starting at the horizontal line, boop, and then ending halfway between this horizontal line and the chin, so right about there. Cool. Now the mouth is below the nose, always. Thinks of memes. Yes, it is. It's always below the nose, obviously, but you still need to leave some room for the chin. So I would suggest either putting it on the jawline that you drew, like where this jaw starts to indent towards the chin, put it on that line, or find your halfway point where you put the nose, halfway point between the horizontal line and the chin, right about there, and then go down a little bit and put your mouth there. So right about there, which is about the same sort of place on that head. So let's do it. Let's do it for this. Oh, I already drew it there. Well, thanks, me. Alright, so let's do it this way. Horizontal line, halfway point, and then go down a little bit. Bloop. Alright, there's the mouth. Chin line. Might be a little too low. Depends. Whichever looks better. If it looks weird, just move it up or down and you'll probably fix your problem. Once again, it is also centered on that vertical line. So that's where the middle of your little lip is going to be. That's where the middle of your line of your mouth is going to be. And admittedly, this mouth is a little high, but I feel like it's giving it enough room for the chin. So I would actually just shorten the nose to make it look more natural. This one can pretty much be... it's like sitting on top of the jawline. So, there's our horizontal guideline. Our chin. Waypoint, go down a little bit. Boom, there it is. That works every time. Alright, if you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments. And let me know what would be a good tutorial to help you. And what you would like to see next. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry I didn't have any fun bloopers or JoJo references in this one, but my dog is sleeping, and so is JoJo. Alright, I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. It opens to that... I'm gonna yawn to demonstrate that so you can see it. But it opens so that your jaw has more space towards the bottom. Apparently I'm just going to have mouth problems the whole time I'm talking about mouths. I'm going to have the hiccups and yawning and everything. But